to sjurome.com. This is the landing page. On the landing page, you'll find some shortcuts to our social media, and you'll also find shortcuts to the academic calendar and schedule, information and forms, maintenance email, the ithelp.rome email for help with your laptop or Wi-Fi, the events, and academic service learning. Under the home, you'll find the Contact Us tab, and if you click on it, you can scroll down and get information about who's working on campus, so the graduate assistants and their emails, and then the different staff members and their emails and what they're in charge of. So Rebecca Sagredo is the residence director, and you can see all of us here. Under the Learn tab, you'll see the Discover Italy semester-long courses and the West rotation courses for Rome. You'll also see all the professors in Rome, and if you click on their photo, you have their email down here. You can also link back to the St. John's University official webpage and the calendar for the semester. So you would pick your program. So if you're a Western European semester program, click here and it would tell you the academic calendar for that program. Under Explore, general information about the different events that are hosted throughout the year, so you can look through them and see if you may be interested in any of them. There's also Glocalize Yourself, a partner that we work with to do additional events throughout the semester. So you can see some information about them and some videos about the different kind of events that they host, and you can go to their website to sign up directly on their website for their events. And this is a Glocalize Yourself website, and you would go to the calendar to sign up for their events. You'd see the events here and you'd click on them and sign up that way. Semester excursions, these are for Discover Italy semester students, and there's a brief description and sometimes a video of the different events. So the Campania Fall Weekend Trip, the Tuscany Spring Weekend Trip, and the Sicily 5-day excursion. Serve gives you information about the different service opportunities we have with some brief videos. So Retake Roma, the Panini Run, Caritas Soup Kitchen, and Dono di Maria. And there's videos for all those. All the serves in Rome are worth 3 ASL hours. If you're in a semester class, generally your professor may ask you to do 9 hours. If you are in a West class, your professor will ask you to do 6 hours. But make sure you ask your professor if you have to do ASL service. Information and forms. This one's an extremely helpful one. On the info stand on the second floor in front of the elevator, you'll also find all these forms printed out, but you can save the PDFs. So the first is the Rome Campus Guide. So if you click on it, it'll open up the Rome Campus Guide with all the instructions. And Rebecca will go through the Rome Campus Guide as she's the residence director. How to send and receive mail. Okay, so packages, letters, luggage. Also, please do not have packages shipped to you from the US, as you will likely have to pay very high taxes and fill out paperwork to have the packages released from customs office. You can have stuff shipped from amazon.it or amazon.uk or other websites that have locations in Europe, and you won't have to incur any of these fees. Ticket Restaurant in Rome will use meal tickets for your meal plan. They're supposed to cover 4 breakfasts and 4 lunches throughout the week. This is just some locations near campus where you can use the meal tickets. Be aware that this can change at any time. Hence, at the bottom here, we've given you the instructions how to create your profile with the Ticket Restaurant operators. It's quite simple. You just fill out the information, create a password, and then you would go to your profile. You would insert one of the numbers on your meal tickets, and then you could choose either to see restaurants and supermarkets by location on a map or on a list. So it'll come up and it'll look like this, and it'll say how far these places are: 107 meters, 83 meters. So these are all the places near campus. This is St. John's University over here. So you can see them in both views, but these meal tickets work throughout all of Italy. So if you are traveling on the weekend and you have leftover meal tickets, you can use these anywhere in Italy that they're taken, and on the website it'll tell you exactly where you can use them. How to eat in Rome on a budget. This just has some suggestions on how to save some money. Like a lot of restaurants will have lunch deals and they'll cost less for basically the same stuff. Buy them at dinner time in restaurants. Like there's a lot of buffets and different lunch menus. There's also different suggestions for places that give discounts to students when you show your ID. So you can go through that and look at that. This gives you information about public transportation, how much the tickets cost, where you can buy them. You can buy them at most metro stops or Tabacchi, but you can also get the ticket appy and just buy them on your phone, which is probably the easiest thing to do. And then it gives you information about the Move It app, which works throughout all of Europe, and it gives you real-time schedules, buses, trains, and more. Also taxis, trains, or bike sharing. Gives you taxi phone numbers, but also taxi apps, so you can get a taxi. In Rome, you're not allowed to hail for a taxi, so either you have to go to a taxi stand or you can use your phone to order a taxi wherever you are. And then trains, trenitalia.com or italotreno.it to purchase train tickets for local or international travel. Different bike sharing, okay, with pedal assist, so if you like riding on your bike. And then information about how to get to the two airports in Rome, Fiumicino and Ciampino from campus. The cheapest way is the SIT bus shuttle, and it costs $5.50, and it picks up Via Crescenzo, which is about a 10-minute walk from school, okay? This is the neighborhood map. So it just gives you some information about stores around the neighborhood, and they're color-coded here. So banks, ATMs, Western Union, supermarkets, salons, gyms, beauty store, telephone, music, electronics store, post office, police, and carabinieri. So they're all here for you. CHUB is the insurance that students have while they're abroad. So if they need to fill out a claim or if they need to help finding a medical professional or anything like that, or if they need to figure out what their policy number is, they can go to the website and sign into their account and see what their policy covers exactly. This is the medical information form for Rome. If you need a doctor, or the Italian emergency number is 112. So if you're in an emergency situation, you need to get an ambulance. If you need a doctor, if you're sick, you have a cold, flu, always get a guarantee of payment, GOP, to avoid paying out of pocket. This is the number you would call. Our go-to doctor who does on-campus calls is Dr. Andrea Guerriero. He also works with Salvatore Mundi International Hospital, so he can help you get an appointment there if you need one. You can also just text them or WhatsApp them for information. So if you're not all that sick, you just have a sore throat and you would like to know what to take, you can WhatsApp them for free and he'll tell you what medication you can go and get at the pharmacy. This is instructions on how to get your insurance card through the CHUB website that we were just on. Instructions on how to get to Salvatore Mundi Hospital. Also Aventino Medical Group, how to get there. There's the instructions for that. Mental health providers that are covered, make sure you always get the GOP first, so you always have to call CHUB to get that first, and then bring your passport to your appointment. These are the different mental health professionals. Your other option is you can always call the St. John's University Mental Health Helpline, and this is the number. If you don't get an answer the first time around, please do call again and someone will answer. This is just some information about emergency room visits, the closest hospital to campus, and how the emergency rooms work in Italy. And they work on a triage system. So this is approximate expected wait times with the different codes. So there's code white, which is the least urgent, green, blue, orange, and red. And this is how much you can expect to wait around when you go into the emergency room with these kinds of codes. And that's the medical information. This is setting up the SJU mobile wireless network on your personal devices. So if you need to set that up when you get on campus, it has step-by-step how to do it with Android and with Apple. So you can go through that also with your computer. This is information about Italian cell phone providers. Make sure you bring your passport if you want to get an Italian SIM card. These are the different stores closest to campus: Wind3, Postemobile, TIM, and Vodafone. If your US phone is unlocked, you can get an Italian SIM card and you can get data plans or prepaid phone plans that way. Smart Travel Enrollment Program from the US government. So if you're traveling on the weekends, I always suggest that you enroll in the program. Should there be some sort of emergency, the US government can help locate you and possibly get you out of that country if need be. So it's always smart to enroll in this. Frequently asked questions. These are just some questions that students ask all the time. So we decided to make a quick flyer so you guys could read it pretty simply. The closest supermarket to campus is Paywex. Bar Lepanto is one of the closest coffee bars. Mostro Gusto is like a sandwich place that you can make your own sandwich. It's like a fancy Italian version of Subway. So you can either get the already created sandwiches for about €3 or €4, or you can create your own. Mondo Arancina is like the Sicilian place across the street. They have arancini, which are rice balls or pizza. Vero is like an American-style coffee bar across the street. Where can you get, plugs and adapters? The local ferramenta near campus, it gives you the information there. Always stay connected with home, Facebook, Messenger, Skype, FaceTime, WhatsApp, Viber. These are all free options that you can use. Money, the banks that are closest to campus, where you can go to the bancomat, which is what our ATMs are called, to get money out. Wi-Fi, obviously, first check the flyer that I gave you to set up the Wi-Fi, and if you're still having problems, you can talk to Andrea Notarnicola about your issues with Wi-Fi. Wellness and fitness around campus. So there's gyms. All the gyms in Italy require you to take an EKG. This will not be covered by the insurance, so you will have to pay out of pocket to get one of these. You can ask Dr. Guerriero for a suggestion of a physician that you can go to near campus. These are some of the gyms that are near campus. But you could also, if you're a runner, run on the Tiber River. So you don't have to worry about traffic because it's, only a bike and footpath, and this is what it looks like. And it's right near campus. Rome's food and clothing market. Some of them have just food, some of them have food, clothes, items for your home. You can find a little bit of everything, and here's a list of them and which days they are being hosted and from what time. Usually the food markets close around 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Here's some more markets. Porta Portese is only on Sunday, and they have everything from antiques to radios, bicycles, food, handmade shoes. Literally anything you can think of, they sell at Porta Portese. It's the biggest and the oldest market in Rome. Money transferring, these are like different locations around campus where you can exchange money or have money transferred. So say you were to lose your credit card and you need some cash, you can have your parents send you cash through these different locations. This is the information that the sender needs to prepare to be able to send you the money order. Okay, and then when you go to retrieve the money, you must bring the following: your passport, tracking number, which is a 10-digit number that was provided to the sender of the money order, okay? These are just suggestions for day trips around campus. So if you have a short weekend and you want to go somewhere for the day, or if you don't have a class during the week, Anzio, Castel Gandolfo, this is where the Pope vacations in the summer. Ostia Antica, Santa Severa. So you can find the information here, a little bit of history and how to get there. This is just a website that gives you suggestions of things to do in Rome, 121 things to do in Rome. You can scroll through and see all the sites there are to be seen. And this website gives you food recommendations. So 30 places to eat in Rome. And you can go through and it gives you all the different restaurants and what kind of food they offer. Okay, then underneath information and forms, there's apps. Down here you can find all the apps. If you click on them, you get more information. So the first two are safety apps. I suggest you have these downloaded on your phone, at least one, and you use them with your friends. In times of crisis, it's important you to find crucial information you're looking for and find it fast. This is another safety app, okay? They both work very similarly. This is Ticketappy. This is the app where you can buy metro, tram, bus, and regional train tickets in Rome. All these tickets are actually the same ticket, so you can get the tickets here and you can use them by scanning them when you get on any of these modes of transportation. The Move It app is good and helpful. It tells you how to get to point A to point B using public transit, and it gives you lifetime information about when the actual buses and trams and trains are coming. IT Taxi is one of the taxi apps you can use. If not, you can use Free Now. They're both about the same. It's just a way to get a taxi. It geolocates where you are, and you can just order a cab, and it tells you approximately how much things will be, and you can also pay directly with your credit card. Carta Roma is an online map, but you can also download the map of Rome and use it 100% offline. So if you don't have a lot of data and you want to have a map of Rome handy, you can use this. Almond Pro is another offline map that you can use. Around Me tells you all the nearest restaurants, banks, gas stations, ATMs, hotels, whatever you're looking for around you. Skype, you can do video calls for free on Skype. Also, if you were to lose your credit card or get it locked out of your bank account, you can call 1-800 numbers for free through Skype. Also 188 numbers you can call for free through Skype. So if you need to get a hold of your bank or your credit card company, you can do that with Skype for free. WhatsApp is another app that you use for calling or messaging for free. It's online. Say Hi Translator is an app where you speak into the phone and then it translates what you say into whatever language you need. Learn Italian, it's an easy app to help you learn some Italian. World Lens changes the words that are written down, like for example, on a menu, and it puts it in the language that you want it in. So if it's in Italian and you want it to be translated in English, the letters move around on the screen until it becomes in English. Trip Boss, expense and budget is exactly what it sounds like. It helps you figure out your budget and your expenses and tracks them for you. XC Currency Exchange, so if you need to know what the currency exchange rate for the day is, you can go to this app and it'll show you, in euro or whatever kind of currency you need to change to. Visit a City is a really helpful travel agent in a sense. You can put where your hotel is and where you're going and for how long, and it'll give you step-by-step instructions, walking and using public transportation to hit the main tourist sites. It'll give you the opening hours of the museums and how much it costs. A lot of times it's really good to buy those tickets ahead of time if you can. TripAdvisor gives you suggestions on hotels, places to eat, things of that kind. Visual Travel Checklist. This one's really helpful because you put in where you're going to be going and for how long, and it tells you how much and what you should pack, taking into consideration also the weather. Trupozo is a website where it helps you book hotels, restaurants, different things that you will need to book throughout travel. Hostel World helps you book hostels. Pocket Guides, so tour guides can be really expensive, and these pocket guides a lot of times are free, or for a small fee you can get an audiobook of the place where you're going so you know what you're looking at. Same here, Audio Europe, Rick Steves gives you information about the locations that you're visiting, so you have kind of like your own personal tour guide as you visit a city. Hidden Rome, all the different things that generally tourists don't get to see where they're in Rome. Zumato is a food app, so it helps you figure out different restaurants and menus and reviews. Eat Italy is exactly what it sounds like. It's another one of those apps that helps you figure out where to eat while you're traveling in Italy. Yum is a helpful app to help you cook while you're on campus to save some money. It gives you really easy recipes that you can do. Okay, so to sign up for events, you would go to the sign up tab, and then you could scroll down and see all the different kinds of events. Here's just a few that we offer throughout the semester. You'll see that the Panini Run is a service event, so it's worth 3 service hours, okay? People Audience is free. Caritas is another service event. Gelada Jada. Some of the events are totally free, but they require you to bring 2 bus tickets with you so that when we go to the event, you can get on public transportation. Some of the events require a deposit, which just means that you pay the deposit, and if you show up for the event, you get the money back. And some of the events are just paid for. So they're highly subsidized by St. John's University, like the cooking class. Normally goes between 130 and 160 euro a person, but St. John's University highly subsidizes it for you, and this cooking class includes everything from an appetizer to a first dish, a second dish, a side dish, and a dessert. And then there's other events that are a little bit cheaper, like the pasta making class, which is 15 euros, but you also get to make a dessert, usually tiramisu, or the gelato making class, or soccer versus temple, which is 5 euros. But a lot of our events are totally free. So when you go to sign up for an event, you would just hit register now. And this would take you to the event description. So here you could read a little bit about the event. And then to sign up, bring 15 euros to office 208. So make sure that within 48 business hours, you bring the money down to the office, because your sign up isn't complete until you pay the 15 euros. And then here you'll see the meeting time and location. You hit register now. You would put in your first and last name and your email, and then hit submit. And you'll get an email saying that you signed up for an event. You could also add it to your Google Calendar to help you remind you. If you want to sign up for more events, you can just hit on sign up again. So sometimes the events are full, and you'll see that here. So when you click on register now, you'll get this following message. When you go to an event and it's full, it just says registration is closed, but make sure you check back, because a lot of the times these events will open back up. For some reason, some students may not be able to attend, so check back on the website and try to sign up again. Also, during our Tuesday meetings, I'll let you know how many spots are available for each event, just as a reminder. So that's how you sign up for events.